Bom, gente, voltamos aí para nossa gameplay de Xenoblade Chronicles. Cara, eu mudei a resolução do jogo, beleza? Eu não testei porque eu acredito que quando eu salvar, ele automaticamente já vai entrar numa cutscene, se eu não estiver enganado. Então, não sei, vamos ver o que vai rolar, o que vai acontecer. Se os gráficos não ficarem do meu agrado, eu simplesmente mudo a resolução, beleza? Bora lá. Foi o que eu imaginei.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory?
E aí, vocês acham que existe diferença no
Let's start with your
gráfico?
living quarters. Follow me.
Eu deixei resolução nativa de 1080p, eu tirei dos 2K. Mas a diferença de verdade vai ser quando a gente estiver no mapa, então vai demorar um pouquinho.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members.
Mentira.
These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed
Eu já
flourish
volto,
here in
galera.
our
Vamos vendo aí.
This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of all
2 days
our
ago, ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and grateful.
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
And a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
Aproveitei e fui pegar
The
uma
survivor.
Coca-Cola.
I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
Gwen.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Capítulo 1. Nova Los Angeles. Anyway. Acho que a gente pode pular. Ó, depois que eu mudei a resolução, a taxa de FPS não tá caindo. De 1080 para 2K, né? Ó o Scale. Cara, conseguir um desse nesse jogo, meu amigo, é uma sequência de quests bizarras, velho. E uma delas em específico. Alin. Nossa próxima personagem. Alin é uma personagem nerfada no jogo. Porque ela é menor de idade. Sacou? Ela não pode usar certos tipos de roupa.
Damn it!
Tá vendo essa parte preta? Na parte do decote dela? Aquilo dali era pra ser a pele dela. Mas é o nerf que eles colocaram, né? Porque, como eu disse, ela é menor de idade. 15,
Look, I
16
know what
anos.
exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would you?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt. Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-who's? Cool. I'm
Cool.
Lin Li Ku, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal
Lin
from
Li
Glade.
Ku. Parece cético. Descobri quantos anos Lin tem.
She's 13. I know,
13.
she looks young. And she
Nossa.
is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
A Lin é tipo a tanker da parada, tá ligado? Pô, é isso que dá no ler. Ah, personagem pra controlar, eu acho. Tá, vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Equipamento terrestre, não. Moda, pra Lin. Ó, quer ver? Vamos ver as roupas da Lin. Ó, roupa de banho. Tá vendo? Que tem um preto ali de baixo. Então, ela é bem nerfadazinha. Ó, por causa da idade dela. Ela fica bem de calça jeans, né? Onde é que tá aquelas armaduras fodona? Era aqui em moda, não era? Não, é em moda mesmo. Negócio que demora um pouquinho, velho. Esses segundozinhos aqui por tanto item. Vamos ver uma roupa. Ah, tá. É porque eu tô olhando a parte das botas, né? Eu vou deixar isso daqui com ela. Eu acho mais adequado. Alô, motor. Legalzinho. Bom, a gente não tá interessado em ver uma garotinha de 13 anos com pouca roupa, né? Por favor. Bom, a Lin é a nossa tanker, por assim dizer, tá ligado?
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet.
Ela falou Pincher.
The residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center of the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Armaria. Eu acho que não dá pra arrumar isso daqui. Dá. É uns que você precisa ter um certo nível, tá ligado? É, Irene.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Miss Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
É, ali vai ser a nossa cozinheira.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Hmm.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Vai demorar pra gente achar um desse, viu?
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No.
But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Ku, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Ok. Nossa, queda de FPS. É para customizar o local. Então a gente vai fazer um tour pela cidade.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that skill. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
13 anos, hein?
Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over?
Transformers?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, You need a license.
These aren't
Ai,
toys we're
cara,
talking
essa
about. They're
licença.
complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Cara, consegui essa licença, meu irmão.
That's true on any planet.
Eles não têm ideia do quanto que é difícil uma delas.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Yep.
Hey.
Bora lá ver se tem alguma coisa aqui pra gente.
Yes?
Tá, ainda não dá pra pegar.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley. So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell?
Uhum.
Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Eu não posso acessar nada porque eu não sou um Blade, né, ainda.
My cooking got better.
Hey!
Cara, pelo que eu tô vendo aqui, a única coisa desse vídeo aqui vai ser conhecimento de Los Angeles.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chausson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Tá, você acabou de acordar um... Tá. Ora, que não. Ela é uma Shield Trooper. Ah, como eu falei, ela é a tanker da bagaça. Ó, esse daqui com certeza eu não consigo. É.
Honey, we're home.
Yes.
Querido,
Very
chegamos em
interesting.
casa. A tradução saiu
Who wants
errada.
a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we waiting for?
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone.
Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes.
Cara, isso daqui para você fazer a missão, a licença de Skell, você vai usar isso daqui.
We call these blocks segments. Together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Wilma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Cara, essa daqui é uma das quests de sondas que a gente precisa fazer em quase todo jogo. Você tá vendo que tá escrito ali, sonda de mineração G1, G1, G1? A gente vai precisar, cara, de dezenas dessas sondas de mineração. Das mais variáveis, essa daqui é as mais fraquinhas. Eu não sei dizer qual é a sigla das medianas das melhores, mas a gente vai encontrar. E a gente vai ter um computadorzinho que a gente precisa instalar essas sondas, das sondas que a gente já descobriu, tá ligado? Cara, e pela 10ª vez, isso vai ser um pé no saco. Ou o cara entende muito bem sobre isso, cara, ou você vai levar horas ou dias pra fazer isso.
It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Shall we? Ok. 44 minutos para nossa primeira missão. Aí a gente faz a nossa primeira missão. Tá, antes disso. Espera aqui. Eu acho que eu não posso usar ainda. Não. Eu acho que eu vou ter que escolher qual tipo de Blade que eu vou querer ser.
Hey,
Yes?
É isso mesmo. Ih, tô vindo pro lugar errado? Ó, level 6. Dá pra gente derrubar, hein?
Now, melee attack! Upper hand!
Foi metade. Não, ainda não.
Appreciated. Shadow strike. You're tough. I owe you one.
CP.
This is really taking its toll. It's up to you now. Hit him hard for me.
Como é que ressuscita, véi?
Now, melee attacks.
Eu não me lembro como é que ressuscita. Tem uma forma de ressuscitar, mas eu não sei. Mano, você quer saber? Isso não. Cadê? Grupo. Onde é que eu organizava a porra do grupo? Caralho, por que o avatar do meu personagem não tá ali pra poder escolher? Nossa. Ué? Não tá funcionando pegar de longe? Ah, é que eu tava naquela tela, velho.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That's Senicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh?
Hã?
But it looks just like any other Senicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Senicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Bora lá, vamos pro pau.
Whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Será que a gente tem alguma coisinha nova para equipar, então? Aumenta em 12. 218. Não, pera aí. 218. O ataque corpo a corpo cai. Cara, lança. Isso daqui tira muito, velho. Tá, ok. Bora lá.
They saw us. Won't miss this shot. Shadow Fury. Upper hand. Early bird. Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Watch me lay into it.
Off balance. Salt hammer. Robe armor. Appreciate it.
Droga, errei.
Let's hit him again for me.
Shadow strike.
Fire carnival.
Fall back into cover. I should heal up first. Off balance.
Wow, spin. And it's down. We can lay it.
Esse string edge dela tira muito, cara. Cara, foi fácil. Foi fácil.
We are awesome.
Yeah!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install the data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Mais eficiente do que uma broca.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Bom, galera, esse daqui, cara, oh meu Deus, a licença para pegar o Skell. A gente vai precisar muito disso daqui. Batemos 1 hora de gameplay. Ó. Beleza. Beleza. Deixa eu ver. Bom, completamos 1 hora aqui de gameplay. Eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou dar umas voltas aqui por aqui pelo mapa. Vou enfrentar alguns inimigos. Ainda não dá para escolher a classe. Mas beleza. Eu já sei o que eu vou querer. Nossa, tem muita coisa nesse daqui de cima, né? Meio difícil esse daqui. Enfim. Galera, finalizamos. Eu vou dar uma volta pelo mapa aqui. Matar alguns inimigos para ver se eu upo. Level 13, não tem como, a gente aqui é level. A gente é level 8. Não tem como matar essas maracutaias aqui por enquanto. Espero que vocês tenham gostado, cara. Foi a nossa única batalha que nós fizemos aqui. Mano, se eu achar um mod que facilite pra gente poder pegar os Skells mais pra frente, quando a gente tiver que fazer a licença, eu vou colocar, velho. Porque é um pau no cu fazer isso daqui, na moral. Mas enfim, espero que vocês tenham gostado, deixa o like aí. A gente se vê no próximo gameplay, beleza? Valeu, fui.